At the end of my tether. I think it's an interesting kind of statement, and it came as part of a dialogue I had not so long ago about a person who felt that they were at the end of their tether, and I was thinking about what can we do about this, and how do we support each other, and what do we mean by tether. And I think I was less upset about being at the end of my tether than this person was. And I've just worked out in this last week why that's the case. Because sometimes I feel tetherless. I just feel like I'm drifting and I'm not grounded, and I feel like being at the end of my tether is so much better than being tetherless. And that feeling of not being connected to anything and drifting and not feeling anchored. I think being tethered is important because it's our roots. It's like having roots, and to grow strong and to have branches that can protect others, we need these roots. This that tethers us to the ground, that keeps us strong. I think problems arise when our tether is too short and we're pulling on that tether to try and get places that we want to be, that we want to be, that we can see the potential all around us and we can't reach it. And the other stress, I think, with being at the end of our tether is we have those moments where we're at the end and we're in the darkness and we don't know what we're doing and everything feels so discombobulating and we don't want to be there for too long. And I think that's when we need to help each other, and how do we pull each other back in? Alternatively, how do we bring light and a sense of order, not too orderly, because chaos needs to be chaos. Like I just wrote recently about the yin and yang of play. For light to exist, darkness must also exist. How do we create this possibility of experiencing being at the end of our tether, not as something always necessarily negative, but something that could be exciting, and that we don't get left there too long, that we have the people around us that can support that. And then we also need to know what happens when we become untethered. What network do we have around us to help us feel rooted again and anchored again? I realise that I feel untethered when I'm too tired, when I'm too overwhelmed, and I know I need to slow down and I need to rest, and I need to kind of wallow in joy. And that's not people trying to make me happy and trying to cheer me up. That is actually me finding and surrounding myself with the things that can re-spark me. One of the things I have done over the years is take candles with me, because where I live here, my home, used to be a candle factory. So when I was meeting educators in Palestine, I wanted to take a little piece of my home with me there. So I took candles with me, and we did this exercise of, I lit my candle and I used my candle to light another person's candle, who lit the next person's and next person's. And we're all in a very dark room. And I had started with my one candle saying, look, we don't see much with this one candle. And then when it had gone all the way around and all of our candles were lit, we could see so much more, that together we illuminate the world. Together we can drive out the negativity, we can create the positivity. And then I blew my candle out. And I said, if I am sharing and empowering others and inspiring others, it means that when my candle goes out and I feel untethered, that all of these candles have this possibility to relight mine, that I'm not on my own, that there is this reciprocity in that sense, that if we are together, we are stronger and we can light each other and we can support each other. So, of course, all of them came with their candles to relight mine. And I've done this in various different places, and I will be doing it when I go to the US in August. So the plan is I have all the candles bought and I'm ready to take with me. So I'm hoping that has an inspiring impact and this realization. But I just wanted a short little moment to kind of share this importance of feeling tethered. I think sometimes being tied down is seen as a negative, but it is only if you don't have enough rope. I think if we have enough rope, then we can explore so many things. We can climb up mountains, and the risk of falling is reduced. We can go across raging rivers and not get swept away. There's all of these kind of things that this rope helps us and protects us. I think what we're doing with children, though, is we're giving them too short a leash. And it is a leash as opposed to this tether of connection, because I think the rope is also about connecting with each other. While a leash feels like more control. And I think that's what we're doing at the moment. We're controlling children with too short leashes that we use often in aggressive ways that are not allowing any kind of autonomy and not allowing the freedom. It's not necessarily, no, the leash is not there for the safety of the child. The leash there is for the safety of the adult, to be able to control the child, where they're going, what they're doing, to stop them when they're doing something the adult doesn't like. It's not about safety for the child and well-being of the child. The tethering, though, that is rooted in belonging. The tether is a sense of belonging. It is being loved. It is empathy. It is connection. It is all of those positive words of being in a community. If we're tethered to each other, not as control, not as a limitation, but as a safety net to go and explore as far as you can. And we're here to ensure you don't end up feeling unsafe, end up in danger. We are your network. We are your tether. So, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think being tethered is better than not being tethered? Do you think that being end of your tether is only ever negative? I definitely understand how it can feel negative at times, because sometimes being at the end of our tether is also at the end of our personal ability to cope and manage with the situation. And I definitely think if a person is at the end of the tether in that sense, that they feel lost and unable to manage being there, then it's not their responsibility to be happy and joyful. And it's not our responsibility to make them be happy and joyful. It is our responsibility to create joy around them so that they can pull themselves back and not be on the end of their tether themselves. And it's a genuine joy, not this fake making someone happy. So I don't know. Think about it.